Hi, I'm Shauna, and I just wanted to give a little demonstration. I'm here with H2O. He's a 22-year-old cat, and I'm pet sitting for him, but I'm also giving him a little bit of Reiki tonight. And it just made me think that I wanted to kind of share a little bit about when you're giving Reiki to any animal, but especially such an older, frail dog or cat, that you don't have to be, again, hands right on. Like for him right now, it's hard, I don't know if you can see, but I'm just kind of hovering around him. Like my hands are just around the space around him. If I tried to pet him too much or touch him too much, he's so thin and so bony that I could accidentally actually cause him discomfort. So I just kind of put my hands close to him, and he's actually licking the one hand now, which a lot of them will do. They'll kind of feel, the energy coming out where it kind of comes out through your hands, and they'll kind of lick and let you know whether they like it. But again, just to be very, very gentle, they'll let you know if they want you to touch just a little bit. Like for him, he doesn't mind it on his face, like under his chin a little bit, but the rest of his body is so thin and frail that I'll just barely hover and just kind of just barely touch, because I wouldn't want to put too much pressure, and I let him decide how much actual physical contact he wants. And this just made me think to share with everybody, because it doesn't matter whether you give Reiki or are just giving affection and just wanting to, be there for your dog or cat, just to remember the power of the energy all around them. I had a feral cat that, before she trusted me enough, I couldn't hold her, I couldn't really touch her much, but one night, it was the 4th of July, and there were fireworks going off, and I went out onto the deck, and she allowed me to just put my arms around the space around her. So she was sitting there with fireworks going off, and she could have run in any direction, and even though she didn't trust me enough to be touched, she sat for maybe 20 minutes in the bubble of space that I created. H2O. So I just kind of created, I held the space around her, and she sat there and she took comfort in that, and she, took that as the amount of affection that she could handle. So just to keep that in mind, whether, again, you're with a dog or a cat, whether you're giving Reiki or you're just wanting to connect with them, to remember that you don't have to physically manhandle them, you don't have to, pet or rub too hard or do anything that could actually backfire a little bit, that just to let them tell you, how much touch they want, how much pressure they want, and sometimes just being there, just being present with them, just sharing their space, and again, letting them kind of dictate, what they want. And with H2O, again, I know he trusts me a lot, but he has a lot of arthritis and just a lot of physical issues, so I'm just very, very gentle. And he'll lick my hands, and he'll kind of nudge, and he loves the touch up around his face. But the rest of his body, I feel like it can get a little bit sensitive. So just wanted to share that information with you as you connect with your dogs and cats, and just sharing love and sharing space with them. All right, have a good night.